Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, even though it feels like a Wednesday because my co-host Michael is here. I'm also your host, Bree Cox Kennedy. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great weekend.
We had a great weekend. We played a little pickleball.
We did play a little pickleball. My second time ever playing, and I'm thinking I could love this.
She's good. She could learn to love it because she was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was sandbagging a little bit. Oh, I'm no good. She was great. It was a lot of fun.
It's the old tennis player coming back out
at me. That must be it. Well, we have a lot of fun for the show today. We're going to be talking about the ALS Bucket Challenge with Pamela Sankey. You know her from the Nomads, and she's got a great challenge that she wants to put out there for a lot of our clubs here in the community and kind of recap what happened during May, which was ALS Awareness Month. And then African American Heritage Club got Annie Ruth McCary and Alan Williams coming in. They got a big show coming up. They're going to be talking about Juneteenth, and so it should be a fun one as well.
Cannot wait to talk to them. But first, folks, we want to keep you informed. Friday, June 13th is Bicycle Registration Day. This will be taking place at Clubhouse 7, 10 a.m. to noon. The VMS Security Services Department invites you to a bicycle registry event that aims to raise theft awareness, reduce the number of unrecovered bicycles throughout the village, and increase the chances of a stolen bike being returned. 949-580-1400 for more information.
There you go. Good idea. Get that bike registered. Hey, let's take a look at our weather forecast. See if you want to take the bike out for a little ride today. Maybe a little bit. It's going to be sunny and humid. We still have that tropical moisture, that monsoonal kind of flow going on. So 73 is going to be our high today, but it's going to feel a lot warmer with the humidity in the air. Humidity stays around a little bit tomorrow, same temperature, but more clouds. And then we're going to get partly cloudy, mostly sunny, beautiful. Look at that. Temperature's going to get a little better. I think the humidity is going to kind of leave by Wednesday or so, so it should be nice.
Well, you know, that explains the frizz coming out in the hair. Get those tropical temperatures coming through. This morning's sunrise was at 5:41 a.m. Sunset will be at 7:56. Some gorgeous, looks like almost succulent type of flowers.
Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful photo sent to us by Lori Malawa from Laguna Woods Village.
You know, got a little bonus thing for you guys. Did you know that the North American Seniors Open Tennis Tournament was right here in Laguna Woods? We got video to show you. It's the Michael John North American Seniors Open Tennis Tournament. And it was over 3 days, Friday through Sunday. Got some amazing players. We got some great shots here of that. There were $13,000 in prize money. I got to take up table tennis. Forget pickleball. I got to join these guys sometime soon. And the Laguna Woods Village Table Tennis Team Club was also very involved in it. So they were out there and they were helping organize the whole thing. There were lots of winners. I think there's a list of winners, but I don't know if we'll have time to get to that. But there's our list of winners. So lots and lots of winners, lots of different categories. So if you find your name on there, or you know somebody, go ahead and congratulate them on their big victory over the weekend. There you go.
Sounds like a lot of fun. All right, folks, we've got a couple of meetings to tell you about, and then after the break, ALS Challenge.
ThisDay.
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at
We all have the power to shape the world. We're connected to the world we share, to each other. I am Future. I wait in the world of Echo.
Echo, the spectacular new show by Cirque du Soleil, opens May 23rd under the Big Top at Laguna Hills Mall. Tickets at cirquedusoleil.com.
The world is yours to create.
Echo thanks its official partner, Air Canada.
Hearing connects you back to life. Don't settle for being trapped in the isolation of poor hearing. Advanced Ear can help you hear friends, family, and caregivers. We provide one-on-one hearing programs that will amaze you with the quality of how much better you can hear. There's no cost to hear the improvement we deliver. You'll be able to hear better the minute you put these on. No buttons to push or technology to be afraid of. We deliver better hearing, guaranteed. Come in so we can connect you back to life. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Well, you know our next guest from the Nomads, but Pamela Sankey is also going to be here talking about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yes.
That was a big popular thing years back in the early 2000s.
Right,
And it's
2014.
kind of making a comeback, and May was ALS Awareness Month, and so a lot of things going on. But I want to start with your personal story about your connection with ALS.
Oh, thank you. And as everybody always says, thank you for having me here today, Michael.
Of course, of course.
So my sister was diagnosed 3 years ago with ALS. And of course, there's all these things that happen that you really don't see. You know, they kind of stumble a little bit or something's a little goofy. With her, it was her pinky finger. And it was always like she was having tea or something, you know, and she said, I just can't get it to move down. So long story short, they went in and they did all their testing, and they have clinics in California. She went to the one in, I think in Irvine, and they diagnosed her. And from that point forward, it's been physical therapy, her doing her best dieting and everything just to keep her healthy and to keep her strong.
Now, it affects some people different ways, and I understand it's really hard to diagnose.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's one of those, well, we've eliminated everything else, so maybe this is what it is, kind of a feeling.
Exactly. We found that same thing, and it was getting to be really frustrating because it's like, none of it made sense. But then when they finally got the diagnosis and put everything together, it was like, now it all combines. And then the more that we would see other folks out online and we would learn about their stories, everything kind of connected because they had the same experiences.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about what you guys were doing for May and ALS Awareness Month here in the community. We got some slides put up here. You know, also known as Lou Gehrig's disece. That's famously known for.
Thank you for not making me say it.
No, I'm not going to try to say it either.
I mean, it's perfect.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about our next slide up here. It's all the research and funding. You know, it's kind of a year-round thing, obviously.
Correct.
And there are reports that 30,000 people have ALS in the U.S., but there's 5,000 people diagnosed annually, and I think that is a scary number when you think about, well, then that must be the attrition rate and the deaths that occur. There's not a long lifespan after a diagnosis with ALS, right?
Right. You know, and they say there's anywhere from months to years. And with my sister 3 years ago, we met some folks.
Yeah, when you said 3 years for your sister, I was like, oh wow, that's really great.
And then there's some folks that have had it for like 5 to 7 years. It just, everybody's body is different, and it affects them all not the same. So yeah, it's kind of scary that way. But you know, so I found the information for this report online, but things change every day as they're finding more and more people, younger people as well as older too. I think that they said that the average age was like 60 plus, but it's getting to be quite younger too. And the younger people.
Now, the Ice Bucket Challenge started in 2014. I was off on my numbers.
Yes.
But it was a really big thing. I remember my son did it, and other people did it, and it was one of those things where you do this Ice Bucket Challenge, you raise awareness, people go and they make a donation, then they challenge someone else.
Yes, which is so much fun. I think that was the fun with the first one, right? Because everybody got involved, and we had Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and everything had it every place, and everybody wanted to participate. Well, then all of a sudden it kind of, I don't know, for me it kind of fell off, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't seeing it everywhere. But then this year it came up again, and I thought, I have somebody that I know.
Right.
And I want to do this challenge, and I want to do it here in the village because I don't remember us doing anything like this before. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's what got me into that.
Okay, so did you do one? Did you record a video? How can we see it?
Yes, we did. So I pulled one together, and so many of my friends came out and they helped and they participated and willingly dumped the ice water on my head. So we do have a video out on YouTube, so they can go out and look for Ice Bucket Challenge 2025, and our video should show up. Yeah, in fact, now we're looking at the when they got me, because I was not expecting it from behind me.
There it is.
So we participated, and then what I did this year is we have our huge, as you know, we have our huge musician group here. We have so many musicians, so many bands. So I actually put the challenge out, and the challenge is either participate in the ice bucket or contribute. Just raise awareness,
And
right?
this is your sister on the screen here?
It is, yeah. That's
Okay.
my sister Kelsey and her husband Bob. I was there this past week with them in Florida, and I just thought it was kind of nice to see them together, but then also see them sitting out in the back, just enjoying themselves together in the morning. They don't, I'm not saying that they go out and meditate, but they go out and they do their vitamin D absorption, because that's one of the big things, protein, vitamin D, for
Okay.
folks who have ALS. There's a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, there's
but
a lot
those
of
two
other
things.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also the family support system and the people around, because ALS is one of those debilitating things. And the family members, the people who are close, the spouses, things like that, they become these caretakers. What's that been like for your brother-in-law?
Extremely. I can see that it's a lot, but he
Yeah.
loves my sister with his whole heart. So, you know, for him, he retired to be with her to go through this. So it's a caring, and it's a lot of work. It's also a lot of money. I was really surprised. So
Right.
not
With the
everything's
therapies
always covered.
And the medications and things like that.
And little things like physical therapy. So if you do that maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, it's really good for them as far as their bones and everything goes, because all of a sudden they have no more muscle mass.
Right.
So something as simple as sitting in the chair helps build the core, helps keep the core. Things that we're just sitting here, we can sit up straight and
Well, I don't sit up
we
straight
know
as much as I
everything's
should,
working,
but-
right? But it's really a lot of work for them. But they're good together. He's really good to her, and she's a character because she has wheels and she can travel.
One of the things that I imagine is frustrating for folks with ALS and their family members is that they're working towards a sunrise that they know their families who are stricken with it will never see. You know,
Exactly.
that down the line someday there may be a cure, but within the time frame that their diagnosis is, in the time frame in the life expectancy, they're never going to see that sunrise of a cure for ALS.
Yeah, and boy, that's exactly right. There's all kinds of treatments to help make things a little bit easier, like maybe, again, PT, I go back to that. But research is really needed to find that cure, and research means funding, and funding means fundraising.
Yeah, and not just for the cause, but for the people in their support. And like you said, some people have to quit their jobs. Some people, lose their jobs, and when they're in their prime, they're all of a sudden out of an income, and now we have extra expenses. And
Yeah,
insurance and
that's
things
right.
Like that. I do want to mention a friend of mine, Darren Nakakihara, and I made a slide for him. Darren, I just saw him this weekend. We had a little fun dinner party over at their house, and this is his family. His wife Denise and their 3 daughters. That was him before the ALS diagnosis, and this is him on the right side of your screen in the wheelchair. He's a tiller. He's over at Tustin High School. He used to be a teacher there, but he went and did a visit, and you can see him now. He's in the wheelchair these days, and he's struggling with it. And so, I wanted to say a shout out to Darren and just how
Very
much I
good.
care for them, and how much support we have for them. And he's lost his voice to it. He's lost a lot of things to it, but he's still
tough.
honestly this weekend. He was still laughing. He was enjoying himself, and he has such a positive spirit. And his motto. He has a hashtag. Go find some joy. And
I love
that about what he did, and he's made a real thing about it. So you can actually find Darren Nakakihara, if you can spell that name. You can find him online. He has YouTube videos about this experience, things like that. So it's amazing how these people that were going through this can have such a spirit.
And you definitely need to. He looks really familiar, so I wonder if all of my searching online, I've seen him out there, especially for the folks who have gone from health to having a voice to speak with to all of a sudden not. And they have all these great tools out there, and they say, and I think we all need to do this anyway as we get older, right, is record your family stories.
Yes,
For them,
do that.
for ALS folks, they need to record their voice so that they can put it in these wonderful machines they have that can talk for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to put the last screen up. It's the YouTube channel, it's the Facebook, it's the donate information. You challenged a bunch of folks in there as well. You challenged, I think, the Band X and a bunch of other people to do the Ice Pack Challenge. So
did.
let's
Yep.
get some challenges going through the community, and let's make that happen. I want to
Yes.
thank you so much, Pamela, for joining us
Okay,
today.
thank you for having me.
All right, Bree's going to be back up here in just a minute with the African American Heritage Club and Juneteenth celebration. Stay with us.
Baseball is back with MLB Tuesday on TBS.
This is about to be turned up to another level.
I'm on the way like a road trip. On my way to the top, no, I won't slip.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Oh, what a catch!
We on the way, we on the way.
Curtis Granderson, Jimmy Rollins, and the Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez.
This is up and gone! Made to the moment!
TBS Tuesday on the way. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Matt Johnson, and I can't wait to bring the new Jet Set and Swing in the Disney Songbook to your beautiful theater. It's an engaging, retro-cool jazz tribute to the beloved songs from Disney's most memorable animated feature films. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll definitely be tapping your toes when the new Jet Set presents Swing in the Disney Songbook.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, maybe it's recent strokes or falls? Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything. It's even better than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Juneteenth celebrations are underway at the African American Heritage Club. Here to tell us all about it, we welcome President Mary Ann.
Annie Ruth.
Annie Ruth. Are we going by Annie Ruth or just Annie? Or
it's all my name.
I know we've had this discussion before, so it kind of tripped me up.
Annie Ruth.
Annie Ruth. Okay, so we're adding Ruth. Alan.
And Alan Williams.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
So nice to have you guys here.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's coming up quickly. We're already mid-year already.
Very quickly. Very quickly.
June 19th. Yeah. What's the origin of Juneteenth?
Juneteenth, the origin, it marks it commemorates the official emancipation of enslaved African Americans in Texas on June 19th, 1865. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was ordered by President Lincoln.
Any idea why it took so long? 2 years.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you why.
A lot of resistance, I'm sure.
There was a lot of resistance from the southern states because that was their economy, that was the way of life, slavery basically. For Texas, even though Lincoln issued the proclamation in '63, Texas, like Andy said, didn't find out for 2 years later, because they didn't. I mean, the states obviously knew, but they didn't. They didn't let the slaves know. The slaves didn't know. So Lincoln sent Major. What's his name? Gordon Granger into Galveston, Texas, in 1865, to let them know that the slaves were free. So that's basically how Juneteenth started. The first celebration was 1866. So all the celebrations basically started down in the South, and then they just progressed to the east, and then eventually across the whole United States.
So if we could take a step back in time and put ourselves in their shoes, all of a sudden you hear that you have your life, you're free. Is that sort of, does it kind of bring up a little bit of a fear in these people's minds? Because now they're like, well, what do I do with myself now?
Yeah, I don't have any education, I don't have any money, I don't have anything. I'm free, but there's nothing for me.
Right.
So I can imagine the
So
fear.
I'm thinking, how did they restart? How did they start over?
So basically, a lot of them just stayed on the plantations and worked.
Because that's all they knew.
Because that's all they knew. And some of the plantation owners gave them land, to cultivate, So then you had the Reconstruction period, which is another episode, during the Civil War. So a lot of them just stayed there, right on the plantation and worked,
Well, hopefully they gained more respect.
Well, one would hope.
So you've got a concert coming up.
It's not just a concert, it's an entire celebration, our 5th annual Juneteenth celebration.
Okay, well, tell us all of you.
So basically every year we try to come up with a theme. Okay, so our theme this year is the 80th anniversary of World War II. Basically, we're saying,
we were there too.
And we were there too, and that's what the flyer says also on there. And basically, what it does is just let people know what Afro-Americans, contributed, during World War II. There was a lot of things that they didn't know, and unfortunately, the United States didn't let people know what African Americans did during World War II. There was a lot of things they did during World War II. There was like Tuskegee Airmen were there.
The 688.
We had nurses, we had soldiers, mechanics. So Afro-Americans contributed a lot to during World War II. So that's basically what our theme is this year. And we're also going to have, I think we're going to have 1 or 2 World War II veterans. This 98-year-old guy there. Hopefully he shows up. Yeah. And so he said. So I asked about coming, and he said he's 98 years old, and he said he had to check his schedule.
Look, life keeps you really busy around.
That's right. So that just shows you how busy here.
I mean, there's things to do.
Yeah. So it's a dinner dance celebration. We're going to have some film highlights, like Alan said, and we're going to recognize some veterans, hopefully some from World War II. And we'll have a couple of little surprises, like some dances. And then we're going to have a band, Brothers Igniting the Groove, that are going to provide the music for us. Dinner is provided by Martinez Catering. We are accepting reservations so that we'll know how much food to prepare for and how the seating arrangements are. So we do have deadlines for submitting your reservations. If you're late, you may not have your option of food. You'll just have to hope that there's food left. So
because you need to get your entree preference in.
We do, yeah. And we're asking people to let us know what their food preference is and get their payment in. Because if we don't have your payment, you don't have a reservation.
And is it assigned seating, or is it just whenever you get there?
Table. We're assigning people by tables. Many groups are buying tables, and so the people from their group will sit at those tables. Other people are buying individual reservations, and so basically, the earlier you get your reservations, the closer you'll be to the stage.
And plus, we want it at least by June 14th.
June 14th is a deadline.
It's deadline to get in. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you need those.
Yeah, we need, the caterer needs that information.
Yes. So can I just, how much time? I know we don't have a lot of time.
Oh,
do we have time?
please.
I just want to shout out how to let people know how Juneteenth became a national holiday. And I don't think a lot of people know that. So it was started by a woman named Opal Lee, O-P-A-L, Lee, L-E-E, and she was from Texas. And for years, she just advocated for Juneteenth, for Juneteenth to be a legal holiday. With all her work and perseverance, she got President Joe Biden to sign Juneteenth a legal holiday in 2021. So it's official legal holiday now for Juneteenth because of Opal Lee. I just wanted to say that.
I mean, my gosh, that took a lot of courage
That's right.
on her behalf.
She was very persistent.
And she walked those petitions from Texas to Washington, and she was hoping to get there while Barack Obama was still president, but by the time she made it, Joe Biden was president. But she had a group of people that walked with her to the White House to deliver those petitions.
Amazing.
So we owe her a tremendous
gratitude.
Amount of gratitude
Yes.
for.
Well, yeah, she changed a little bit of the course
She's
of
known as the
history, right?
mother of Juneteenth, the
Yeah.
grandmother.
The grandmother of Juneteenth. Yes.
And what
Opal.
age was she when she
At
walked?
86, she started at 86 when she started walking toward the Capitol with those.
I think she's in her 90s now.
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah.
All right, you
She
two.
was-
Well, have a wonderful celebration. It's always a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. All right, everybody. We'll be back after these messages with a Monday night movie preview. Stay with us.
Seniors fear running out of money more than death itself, and the number one mistake you can make is underestimating volatility, which can derail your retirement. For 35 years now, I've coached seniors to financial independence by using two simple rules. Never take big losses and create income along the way. It's your financial future. Call now to get a free risk analysis to ensure your investments are protected, and we'll send you our Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
Freedom Village Skilled Nursing offers rehabilitation after surgery with our team of on-site therapy professionals. We are proud that our quality care measures are recognized by Medicare. We support you with your recovery with a caring staff and registered nurses around the clock. Freedom Village Skilled Nursing is conveniently located near 3 hospitals, open to the public, and offers private Serenity suites. Call today to experience first-class care for your loved one.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the funny show.
We were still talking.
You caught us. Well, tonight's movie seems pretty heavy.
It's intense.
Drama, Last Breath with Woody Harrelson, brought to us by Providence Mission Hospital. Listen to this, folks. A true story that follows seasoned deep-sea divers as they battle the raging elephants
Probably not elephants.
elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. Oh my God.
That's
like
a crazy
my worst
one.
nightmare.
Well, there you go. And tomorrow on our program, we're going to have the folks in from the Fit Brain Club and the Democratic Club going to be in here. So that'll be a fun one for Bree. She's going to take over. It's going to be solo. I'll be back Thursday.
Always look forward to speaking with those folks. What a fun show.
It was a good one.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's going to do it for this episode of This Day. And from all of us here, we wish yours a beautiful one.